Welcome back to Indian Trace. Guilford Strait is a division of Mecca, which belongs to Site 5, but they are not the whole of Site 5. And I had to simply stop pulling points out of my display right now because it was enough. It was overwhelming. This is Guilford Strait that you're looking at. No wonder I go back. You lose track after a while. You just keep putting one foot in front of the other and taking them in and saying, yes, I've got to put that in my display box, my top finds. So I figured today I would do a collage of sorts from Guilford Strait, which of course is just a section, so I can keep track of things of Mecca. But this might be as mind-blowing to you as it is to me, and I learn new things every day. Of course, there's something in your heart that keeps you going back to an area because you know it's productive and you know it's just been without explanation. But I can remember going there to begin with and not even comprehending that it has this strong a potential. So I'm going to do a little bit of a roundabout here in collage form to show you what I call Guilford Strait. And like I said, I just pulled off the top in my display box. And I could just go through and say, yep, that's from Guilford Strait, that's from Guilford Strait, that's from Guilford Strait. And it is part of Mecca, but Mecca is huge, and that's why you call it Mecca. It's not always, and it's not all as rich as Guilford Strait. That's why I subnamed an area of it. But just incredible artifacts. So let's do this. Maybe I can capture groups of 3 in sufficient form, or 2 at a time, or what have you. Guilford Strait shares materials and artifacts like you're going to see right here. Eastern Central North Carolina. And these are in my display box because most every single one of them have captured my heart, and it's just staggering artifact to me. Just great balance and great materials. So I want to just be able to give you an up close. The light seems really good today, the natural light. Hope everybody's doing good out there. We actually have had almost 2 inches of rain in the last day. But there's not a whole lot of places that it's going to be, ready to receive rain. Got a couple ideas for some hunts to come. Look at these pieces. All from the same area. Somebody might say, how large is that area? Oh God, Guilford Strait, not large. That's the mind-blowing part of it all. Guilford Strait might be 200 yards by 200 yards or so. Look at this piece of sugar quartz right in the middle here. This is an absolutely there's a lot of G10s here. But just craziness. And then this piece of rhyolite. I mean, just one after another. I was blown away, so I said, that's it. I'm not even going to look anymore. I just pulled them up, and it took too long. So I figured I'd just do a collage and do a slow tour around and show you what comes off of one spot. Type of population that was there for the thousands and thousands of years they were there, because you will see different dispensations represented in this collage. That'll lock your mind up, knowing that they all come from the same spot. Look at that piece right here. Favorite piece, of course. Every single one of these is just absolute quality. The piece of sugar quartz right here with the tint. Quartz work. Nice piece next to it. I mean, to tell you, it just doesn't stop. So I had to push the stop button and say, wait a second here, that is enough. And there are more in the bins, of course, from there. Good old Guilford Strait. And, I call it that because there's quite often I'll find the Guilford or whatever in that area. But now that I've gone through and just looked, I realize there's a lot of other different styles that you find there. And look at these things. But Ultimately, it is called Mecca. But these right here, I could easily pull and know that they were from that area in Mecca that I call Guilford Strait. Marl Mountains. You don't beat them. And that piece of sugar quartz, you just don't beat this kind of stuff. It's just mind-blowing. And I guess it makes me more thankful when I can do these. And it's a request. Individual asked me to feature some of my sites. And this really is just a touch of Mecca. Just a touch. Because it's not the whole expanse. The whole expanse of the area is Mecca. And there's a few spots there that I know I have not included in this video. As good or better, see, that's an early point that I found there. The reason why I call it Guilford Strait, an early Guilford and rhyolite that I found. Notch point to back it up. For example, there's another couple Guilfords right up here. But it doesn't lack for anything, another Guilford Strait in quartz. So that's where that name came from. But there's a staggering amount of other different types. Try to give a look at it like somebody was walking through a museum. Many of you have posted museum videos where you've gone to a museum or what have you, and I've loved it. I'll watch a video like that and get a chance to go to the museum myself. I love it. Would love to have time just to, I guess, go out and catch more museums. I know I got one up in my mom's, a Mohegan museum, I think, in upstate New York she wants me to go to. So someday. This stuff is crazy. I got my mind blown today because I said I'm going to stop putting them in that basket. I've got to just throw them down. Can't even set them up to make a video of this area. Staggering area. Some good setups. Guilford Strait. I mean, we didn't even talk about that. There's just points in here that'll put me to shame. Just made me sit down and just be humbled. You want to just sit down and shake your head for about 5 hours when you understand the dispensations you're looking at and the people that these represented. Look at that collage. Take a screenshot or picture of it, put it on your desktop. That's what I do sometimes. Rhyolites and quartz, you catch that color real well. So from Indian Trace to all of you out there, I just wanted to give you a glimpse of Guilford Strait, Site 5. Absolute good look in the collage. Appreciate you tuning in to Indian Trace. That right there, that's Indian Trace.